Building with Papa. Okay, this is the drawing that the architect gave me of what he wants to build this wall. As you can see, I've put the framing in and I put some 1x6 in. We're going to be putting monitors into this spot, into these spots, all three. And that's the backing to hold the monitors. They're going to sit flush with the drywall. But this is the thing I really liked, was this wall panel. These things came in 2-foot by 8-foot sheets with felt on the whole back, about 3/8 thick, and then the wood slats are stapled to the felt. So I just put glue on the back. I used a laser to get the first one set so I know that it is perfectly plumb, and I glued it to the wall. Each panel just went up real nice, easy, and simple. After I got the 3 panels up, as you've seen in the drawing, he has an eyebrow he wants to put above it. So I used a thinner piece of wood than the marble. I want it to be very tight. So I cut it out with the multi-tool. I drew the line with the thinner piece of wood, putting my pencil flat on the wood so it's just above it, making it the 3/4. So you have to go through with the multi-tool, cut this out. I'm not so concerned about it being perfect, but I do need it right on the very top. So I put tape on the top and I put the blade flat on the tape and was able to keep it nice and tight to that wood. Go all the way through and get it cut. Once you know you're cut all the way through on all of it, then take out the drywall, because all of this is what's going to hold that marble up there. Now, once you get all the drywall out, you need to clean it off, get all the dust out, and I like using a real heavy-duty glue that I normally use on stairs. The stuff takes 24 hours to dry and sometimes up to 48 hours, but it works really well. So once I got all the drywall dust and drywall out of there, I put this glue on top of the studs and on the top of the wood about every 2 foot. So I'm taking the marble now, I'm going to put it up there and push it into the wall so that it touches the studs and gets the glue onto the marble. Now this is pretty tight, so once you're pushing it in, make sure you take your tape measure and measure off the wood to make sure you have the same distance out. If you don't, keep pushing it in until it touches the studs and you have the same measurement all the way across. It took me a little bit because it was tight, but it did work out. Then I measured end to end and made sure those measurements were correct also, and slid it to one way or the other. Once I had that done, I had to then cut from the last piece these strips. Now you need to be careful with this. I cut the first one and then all of them started to move. So I had to staple them first in between where I was going to cut them so that the wood pieces would not move. This was a lesson I learned doing this. Then I glued it and pushed them in and made sure they all lined up. The first 2 went in perfect. This one I had to push it a little bit, but it worked out really nice. This is really amazing wall. It's in his lobby, and this is an awesome product. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell. I'll see you on the next one.